What if the money you need to retire came in while you slept? Not from a side hustle, not from the stock market, from a property you own. Real estate has made more millionaires than any other asset class in history. Today we're going to show you exactly how it works. Most people spend their entire lives trading time for money. They show up, they work, they get paid, and when they stop working, the money stops coming. That's not wealth, that's a treadmill. The wealthy figured out something generations ago. Real money doesn't come from what you do, it comes from what you own. Passive income, money that flows in whether you show up or not, is the foundation of every great fortune. And of all the vehicles people use to build it, real estate stands alone. Because real estate doesn't just pay you once, it pays you in 4 different ways simultaneously, and no other asset class does that. Here are the 4 income streams of real estate. First, rental income. Every month your tenants pay you. The mortgage gets covered, and if you bought right, you pocket the difference. Second, appreciation. Property values have historically risen 3 to 5% per year. Over a decade, that compounds into serious wealth. Third, principal paydown. When your tenants pay rent, they're essentially paying down your mortgage for you. Every payment builds your equity without touching your own wallet. Fourth, tax advantages. The U.S. tax code is loaded with tools specifically for real estate investors. Depreciation, cost segregation, and the 1031 exchange, which lets you sell a property and roll the gains into another one, completely tax deferred. Now here's a quick example to make this concrete. Imagine you buy a $200,000 rental property. You put 20% down, $40,000. Your tenants pay rent and covers the mortgage plus gives you $300 a month in cash flow. Over 5 years, the property appreciates to $240,000. Your tenants have been paying down your mortgage the whole time, and you've collected $18,000 in cash flow. Your $40,000 investment generated over $58,000 in combined returns. That is the power of real estate. Now, let's talk about how real people actually do this. Strategy 1. House hacking. You buy a small multifamily property, a duplex or a triplex. You live in one unit and rent the others. Your tenants cover your mortgage. You live essentially for free, while building equity, while generating cash flow. Many of the most successful investors in the country started exactly this way. Strategy 2. The Brewer method. Buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. You find a distressed property below market value. You renovate it, increasing its value. You rent it out. Then you refinance based on the new higher appraisal, pulling out most or all of your original investment. And you do the whole thing over again with the same dollars. Strategy 3. Traditional buy and hold. You find a property in a strong rental market at the right price point, and you hold it for decades. The cash flow compounds, the equity grows, and your net worth expands year after year without you having to do a thing. What all 3 strategies share is this: they create income that runs without you. Your property manager fields the calls, the rent hits your account, you're free to invest again, to scale, to keep building. Numbers are what separate the professionals from the dreamers. The most important metric in rental real estate is the cap rate, your net operating income divided by the property's purchase price. A solid cap rate in most U.S. markets sits between 5 and 8%. Below 5, your returns are thin. Above 8, you may have found something special, or there may be risk you haven't accounted for yet. The second metric is cash-on-cash return. That's the actual cash you pocket each year divided by the total cash you put in. Target 8 to 12% cash-on-cash to make a deal worth your time and capital. Third, there's the 1% rule. A strong rental property should rent for at least 1% of its purchase price per month. A $150,000 property should command at least $1,500 per month in rent. If it doesn't pass this basic filter, move on. There are thousands of deals and thousands of markets across this country. A great investor isn't someone who loves properties. A great investor is someone who loves deals that work and passes on the ones that don't. Learn the numbers. Trust the math. Emotion has no place in a real estate spreadsheet. So how do you actually start? Step 1. Get your finances in order. Clean up your credit score. Aim for 680 or above for conventional lending. Reduce high-interest debt and start building your down payment. Even $10,000 to $15,000 can be enough to get into certain markets through FHA loans or house hacking strategies. Step 2. Study your market. You don't need to invest in your own backyard. Some of the best rental markets right now are in the Midwest and the Southeast, cities with strong job growth, growing populations, and property prices that still make sense for investors. Step 3. Build your team. A real estate agent who works with investors, a property manager you can trust, a mortgage broker who specializes in investment loans, an accountant who understands real estate tax strategy. This team is your competitive edge. Step 4. Make your first offer. This is where most aspiring investors stall. They study, they analyze, they prepare, and they never pull the trigger. The best investors are not the most brilliant people in the room. They are the people who take action, absorb the lessons, and keep moving forward. Start with one door, learn the system, then scale. Real estate is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a get-rich-slowly and then all-at-once system that has created generational wealth for ordinary people for centuries. The investors living that life today didn't start there. They started exactly where you are, with one idea, one strategy, and a decision to begin. The blueprint is here. The strategies are proven. The only variable left is you. If this video gave you value, subscribe right now. Every week on Property Playbook, we break down real estate and passive income strategies, in depth, with no fluff, just what actually works. And drop a comment below. Are you just getting started, or are you already building your portfolio? I read every single one. Let's build something great together.